Welcome to the Wakefield Doctrine, the theory of clocks, Scots, and Rogers. This is video post number 7.7 at this point, because this is the third effort at the same post. I happen to have on the line in the dashboard AKH, and I just happen to be driving up Route 138 past URI, and we were talking about how better to present these video posts, and AKH had a suggestion. I'll let her explain it, and let's see what we can do in the next 5 minutes. AKH, would you repeat your suggestion about how to not be so pedantic as a clerk? Yes?
Well, I'd love to. The thing is that sometimes if you imagine yourself sitting at a podium lecturing to a classroom of students, you come across differently. So I was thinking that perhaps to be more relaxed, more spontaneous, if you were to sit outside on the grass with a class, with a circle of class sitting around you on the quad at URI, and just talking about stuff that it might come across, pretty relaxed and more fun.
Okay, well, if our viewers will look to the left as we pan over, we're going to go, I mean, this is like total prop. Man, this is improvisational with extras. So here we are at the aforementioned University of Rhode Island. Look at that Roger pulling out. What the hell? Yeah, okay, so we're here. It is summertime, and while it might be cloudy, we could have a class outside. The topic is, obviously, the class must be Wakefield Doctrine. Yes, okay, well, I'll start the lecture class. This is the Wakefield Doctrine, theory of clocks, Scots, and Rogers, predicated on the idea that we're all born with the potential to see the world in three characteristic ways: clocks, Scots, and Rogers.
Blah, 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 blah.
What? I'm sorry. The student by the tree. Okay, would you care to ask?
Out outside, small class. What do you guys think about personality types? How do you feel about them? Is there a certain type? There's a certain type you think you are. Do you take those silly personality type tests online, which really don't give you anything but a generalized answer that is applicable to anyone?
Okay, would you like to phrase that as a non-Rogerian question, or would you like to get Glenn to get out of that tree right now? Yes, Ms. AKH has asked us the question about...
Well,
go ahead.
You know what? What the fuck? Let's get out of the class. Let's go hang out on the quad. Just shoot some shit about personality types.
Okay, we are here. The shits are on the ground to be shot at. So let's we'll open the class to questions from the floor, which we have one Scotian female in the class. We'll have to ask questions for everybody. So go ahead, ask. One question.
What is it with I'm sorry. I'm losing it.
Come on, this is your premise. Let's go. Hurry up. We were running out of time. Outside.
What is it that, all of these personality, when you look up personality types, all they have is this, all these freaking theories about MBTI and Enneagram and all that crap, and you got 16 types or 9 types. I mean, how can that possibly be applicable to everybody? It seems kind of like a freaking messed up system to me.
Besides, the first and most succinct answer is because it was invented by Rogers to control other Rogers, and it's not so surprising. Just consider your organized religions or organized politics. It's a Rogerian codification of ideas, which just is a way of...
Yeah, but I mean, Rogerian, my ass, they don't...
No, we're not saying they're good.
It's the same thing. They've got the herd. They're all thinking the same thing. So it's the same thing as being a generalized theory that is supposed to be applicable.
Well, they start that way. Just like religions may start with one genuine good idea, but then you have to build on it to keep selling it to people to buy. And the bells and whistles that Rogers come up with usually are 16 polyphonic tone whistles and 8 bells rung by monks with bald heads and long robes. And it's all meant to... Rogers like the term in music is Baroque. They like the Baroque shit. They like to add frills. It doesn't change that. They need that. They need that to get sold it. They want to hear that it's real complex and got lines and angles, and look at the DownSpring Glenn will tell us about axis C's. There's a couple of methods they use in axis. That's all Rogerian. It doesn't matter. Ask.
But that seems to be like the whole flaw those theories is because there's so, I mean, the Wakefield Doctrine itself is so simple and it's so applicable to everyone. I just don't get why these Rogers think that they have to have this big, what's the word I'm looking for? Cut.
That's the proof right there. Rogers need that stuff because they're Rogers. You, as a Scot, don't need that stuff. You just want to hear the melody, get to the point, let's do this thing. That's what Scots do, that's what Scots are. Clarks are in between, and I said on the previous version of this, Clarks are the creative one, so we've got this thing. So you're right. Roger, the reason those things are so complex is that they're meant for Rogers by Rogers. The reason they're so popular is that most of the population are Rogers, and you know, you can't sell something unless it looks real complicated because it's such a tough thing to understand, which is bullshit.
Yeah, well, I guess that's my point. I just can't understand why people would really want to try to understand and follow something that's so simple, that's so, complicated, as opposed to the Wakefield Doctrine, which is very simple. It's predicated on a single idea, and basically there are three characteristic personality types, and that's all it is. It's that simple. There's nothing more, nothing less to be read into it.
How the hell do we fill up 6 DVDs and have somebody standing and lecture on how this can apply to your Lithuanian adoptee child in the comfort of your own home and only at $99 per DVD, sent for the first one free? You can't sell a simple idea. You need to make people think it's worth it, and there's two ways of making people think things are worth it. Either make it complicated, make it complicated, or make it painful. You know, we can do one of two things. Health clubs aimed at Scots make things painful. You come and you work real hard and watch the people sweat, and god damn, you better keep up on your membership, because otherwise, oops, there goes the hat. Otherwise you wasted your money. Or you make it complicated, aforementioned personality types. We're running out of time. We're just in Peacedale, so we want to thank AKH for this impromptu class in the grass. That's kind of a rhythmic approach, and we'll see if this comes out. And let's all say goodbye to the people. Say something to the audience, AKH.
Hey, get your asses over the doctor and screw all those other personality types.
Okay, that's a Scotian has weighed in. All right, bye.